Hi guys, karibu kwa familia yetu. Welcome back. Get to know me while we do this fantastic makeup look for Thanksgiving dinner. Those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Chancè. I am a mom to 4 kids under the age of 4. My husband's name is Julian. We've been married for almost 7 years now, together for almost 10 years. I was born and raised in the Democratic Republic of Congo. I actually lived in Congo until I was about 11 years old. I moved from Congo and directly to Sudan in a refugee camp. So yes, I am an immigrant child. I lived in Sudan for about a year in a refugee camp. And then from there, I lived in Uganda, where most of my family still is at the moment. From the refugee camp, I ended up in Utah. Of all places, freaking Utah. So I went to high school in Utah, which is a whole thing. I could literally tell you guys the funniest stories about growing up in Utah. So I lived in Utah with my aunt, but my immediate family, like my mom, my siblings, my sisters, they all lived in Canada. So I basically grew up halfway in Utah, halfway in Canada. Like I would spend all my school time in Utah, and then during the summer, I would go to Canada. When I tell you guys, growing up like that was so strange because my family lived in Montreal, so they only spoke French. Coming from Congo, I didn't speak any English at all at the age of like 12. But my family spoke French, Lingala, and Swahili. So I was an immigrant, dark-skinned woman living in Utah. Can you imagine the horror when I tell you guys? Oh, child. But the good thing about all of it is I honestly didn't even know people were making fun of me because I didn't speak English. For the most part, I was like, oh, everybody probably is nice. Like, they're probably just laughing with me, not at me. Y'all, let's just say I'm going to have to make a whole series on YouTube telling you guys about my experience going to school and growing up in Utah. And if you follow me on TikTok, then you've probably heard about the story how I literally got baptized into the Mormon church without knowing. Anyways, child, so that's a little bit of my background. I currently live in the DMV area with my husband. I moved here when I was doing pageants, which is when I met my husband. So if you're wondering how we met, there's a video on here. I think there's like a 3-part video of me telling you guys how my husband and I met. It's hilarious. You guys will love it. I did pageants for quite a while I was in college. I graduated in like 2015. I had a degree in political science, international relations, and for most of my career, that's what I did for work. If you live in DC, you know most of us are going to work for the government. I worked for Congress for a little bit. So I had a really fun and successful career before my husband and I decided to get married and have kids. My first child was in 2018. Was I 18 or 19? I'm sorry, y'all. I can't even remember. Listen, okay? You're going to realize I'm horrible with dates. But I had my first son in 2019. And at the time, I think I was, 24? So he's almost 5 years old. I'm almost 29 now. And I'm a young mom. All things considered, I'm a very young mom. And I could tell you guys stories about my journey as a young mom. But that's ultimately what led me to becoming a content creator. So when I became a mom at a young, ripe age, of 24, we lived in a pretty suburb area here in the DMV area. We lived in Laurel. And I remember my husband was working, but the minute I became a mom, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta be a stay-at-home mom now because like that's just all I've ever known. You know, being African, like once you have a baby, it's pretty much like you had a baby, now you have to become a stay-at-home mom. So I became a stay-at-home mom. My husband was like, okay, we have a kid now. I should work harder to make more money. So he got a promotion that had him traveling quite a bit. And at this time, I'm not dealing with any postpartum anything, no postpartum depression or anything of that sort. But I am extremely lonely with a newborn baby because my mom came to visit me when I had the baby, but she had to go back. Like literally 2 weeks or maybe 2 weeks after I had my son, my mom had to go back. So now it's literally just me and this adorable little baby, and I have no clue what to do with him. I'm like, okay, so like now what? I have no friends. All my friends are still young, obviously working all day. on social media, Instagram was big at the time. Every single mom is literally showing us that perfect little, that little Pinterest, Instagram vibe that was going on back then. I couldn't stand it. It was literally either moms who are like showing you how tired they are and then telling you how it's okay to be tired because it's just part of motherhood. They'll have the little poster where it's like they hold a little cardboard and it's like, you might be tired and you might hate your life, but at least you're a mom. And I'm like, girl, I don't want any part of it. On top of that, I was honestly just looking for other stay-at-home moms to befriend, and I couldn't find any. I couldn't find anyone that looked like me that I can relate to. So one day, I decided to go on my Instagram stories and just post. I was like, oh my God, like this new stage. I was like probably 3 months postpartum. I was like, I don't know what's going on with me because I am so happy with my baby, but I'm so confused as far as what to do. Like all my friends are at work. All my friends are going out every night. I am in this new stage of my life that I love but don't understand and have no one that I can relate to. So other moms started to vent to me too. And I remember at the time I was like, I think I need help. Like I don't think I want to stay home with my kid the whole time. So, my husband and I start talking and I tell him, I'm like, listen, this whole working all the time thing is not working for me. I think we need a change. So he's like, okay, how about you start coming with me on these work trips? So my husband and I started, traveling together. I started going around, visiting my family because they lived in Canada and Utah. So things are getting a little better, but surprise, I found out I'm pregnant with twins when my son is literally 5 months. And if you follow my Instagram or TikTok, then you've seen that famous, I'm sorry, what video. I'm going to link the video below in the comments. So I'm like, holy crap, I'm pregnant with twins. Mind you, my husband and I were like, yeah, I think we should wait like 3 years to have another baby because he wanted 3 kids. I wanted 3 kids. He wanted 4 kids. At this point, I'm freaking out because I'm like, what the hell? Like, I just had a baby. How are we having another one? So I told my husband, I'm like, yeah, your job, it's not going to do. Because if you know anything about twin pregnancies, a lot of them can be high risk. And I had what's called monodi twins. So my twins were extremely high risk. So my husband actually ended up resigning from that position and getting a different job where he's not working or traveling as much. And this is when I actually told my husband I want to go back to work because I'm like, I hate being a stay-at-home mom. This is not working for me. Like something about it is just not clicking. So I am kind of posting on social media, but not really. And I decided to go back to work because before this, my Instagram was really like my pageant page. I just posted a bunch of pictures of me doing pageant stuff. So I go back to work and I'm loving this. I think my biggest issue with being a stay-at-home mom at the time, I felt like I didn't have my dream job yet, my dream position. And I felt like I was in the grasp. I was so close to getting my dream position that I didn't want to give it up yet. So I ended up getting an incredible job offer to work at this dream position. So I take it. And at this point, I'm like pregnant, a high-risk pregnancy with twins. I actually didn't even tell him I was pregnant while I was interviewing for the job. I didn't tell him until about 2 months after I've been there. And quite frankly, I didn't have to tell him, like, hello. I'm saying you don't have to tell him shit. But I finally tell him, and likely at this time, it's not COVID yet, but I was working from my house 2 days out of the week. So the work-life balance was incredible. So during my twin pregnancies, I had to go to the hospital every single day for an ultrasound because it was a high-risk pregnancy. Anyway, so I'm killing it in my dream job. And fast forward, I have my twins and I'm still working. It's COVID. I decided to start posting on social media. The reason I decided to start posting on social media was because when I had my twins, I realized that everybody's idea of motherhood is not going to work for me. At that point, my husband and I are talking about how I can get extra help. At that point, we're talking about, okay, so what can you handle and what can you not handle? I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to be the nanny, the cook, the mom, the nurse, the therapist. Like, I can't do it all. And I feel like being African, it made it seem like if you can't do it all, then you're a failure. Then you're not doing a good enough job. But I got to the point where I had to prioritize myself, my health, my, honestly, well-being. And my twins were in the NICU for literally almost 2 months. So during this time, I had a lot of self-reflection. I had a lot of kind of like finding myself type situation. And I decided that the type of mom I'm going to be, is going to be the type of mom who prioritizes herself as much as she prioritizes her kids. I decided to let go of this idea of what I thought a stay-at-home mom is. And at the time, I thought a stay-at-home mom is supposed to be a Mrs. Do-It-All. Literally, my husband would be like, hey, babe, like, I want to take care of this. I'd be like, no, baby, I got it. I was the I got it type of person. Even though I have an incredible partner who supports me in any and every way I want, I wasn't even giving him the opportunity to fully be there for me. So I decided to let go of the idea of I'm supposed to be Mrs. Strong, Mrs. Do-It-All, and time to start outsourcing. I remember when I first got our first house cleaner, how I just felt so bad. I was like, oh my God, girl, how are you a stay-at-home mom who can't handle this? At the time, I have not gone back to work with the twins after having the twins. It was COVID. But baby, pretty soon, I started feeling like, oh, look at all the time I have on my hands. Like, because somebody else is taking care of like the deep cleaning on Saturdays. So anyways, I'm at this point back to work. It's COVID. I am in my dream job. I'm loving everything. And then I'm also posting on social media, but I'm still not completely like comfortable showcasing like, yeah, I get a lot of help. And people, I'm just kind of like doing the mom thing, 3 under 3 mom life, twin mom. It was fun. I'm loving it, but I'm still nervous about fully being transparent that I'm not doing this shit by myself or all by myself. I hardly post my husband. It's kind of just like a me thing. And most of the comments I would get would be like, oh my God, you're superwoman. How do you do it all? How do you do it all? So finally I was like, baby, I don't do it all. Not even close. Honey, I have a husband who takes over 80% of the stuff. The minute my husband got home from work, it's literally a huge show. He takes over. He does bedtime. He does everything else. We have an equal partnership relationship. And I think the African in me was not letting me show that without feeling any guilt. But I got over that shit quick. So fast forward, I get pregnant again with my last. And at this point, I've been working in my dream position for like over a year now. I felt like, okay, I don't really have another desire to climb the corporate ladder. Like I've done it all. I've done it all. And because I'm lucky enough to where I've never had to work necessarily to be able to support our family, like I could stop working and we'll be okay. I just stopped. I stopped working. My husband and I discussed it. He was like, yeah, babe, like whatever it is you want to do, he's going to support whatever decision I make. So after having my last, I just said bye-bye to corporate America and became a full-time stay-at-home mom. And if you follow my TikTok, then you know, baby, I got in and I dived in. So let me tell you a little bit about my content. My goal as a content creator is to challenge the societal norms. I'm here to tell you that you can balance motherhood, marriage, and self-care. I'm here to tell you that you don't have to lose yourself in motherhood in order to be a good mother. I'm here to tell you that it takes a village, but the village is no longer free, and outsourcing is our new village. I am here to show you how not to lose yourself in motherhood. I'm here to tell you that just because you're a mom doesn't mean your entire world has to resolve around being a mom. I showcase this by sharing with you guys little bits and pieces of my life. We go through day in a life videos. I share with you guys date nights, our morning routine, things and tricks and everything I've learned. We go through our regular life while finding ways to make it easier, while finding ways to prioritize ourselves and still enjoying this thing called motherhood. I am so excited to bring you guys along this journey here on YouTube. I'm so excited to get to dive a little deeper into who Chancè is, how she became Chancè, what she likes to do, and I would love to hear you guys' opinion. What do you want to see of me? What questions do you have of me? What would you like to learn about me? I truly am excited to just do like weekly YouTube videos. And of course, today we did a quick little voiceover while I was doing my Thanksgiving dinner makeup. But I do want to talk to you guys. I want to sit down. I want to do vlogs. I really want to have this be a team effort. So you guys don't be afraid to comment below what you want to see of me, how you want to see of me. And I'm excited. I really am excited to not only learn, but also take you guys along the journey of balancing motherhood, marriage, and self-care. And most importantly, welcome, baby. Welcome to the side of TikTok where we're stay-at-home mom who are not afraid to outsource, who are not afraid to prioritize themselves, and who are not afraid to speak up and change the narrative, baby. I really hope you stay a while. I hope you get to enjoy our little journey together, and I hope this is not the first or last time you get to chat with me. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to next week. Let me know how, what, when, who, and whatever it is you want to see more of me. And This is our little final look of makeup. Thanksgiving was an absolute blast, and I'm truly excited for our weekly videos. And don't forget to check us out on YouTube, TikTok, and of course, Instagram. I love you guys, and I will see you soon.